I don't know, some computer problem, internet problem, so many problems.
I will send Kanupriya. She was sending me some messages that she could not get in.
Oh,
Dandavad Pranam Maharaj.
Dhanavad Somadevi Haribo. Radha Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Teresa Haribo.
Haribol, how are you today?
Good, good. Very nice.
Good to see everyone.
Radha Krishna looks like he's in India. Where are you?
He's muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, can you hear now?
Now we can hear. Dhanavad, Hare Krishna. Merry Christmas.
Background of
Bhardvarsa.
Dandavad, Radha Krishna Prabhu. Dandavad, Rasaraj Prabhu.
Dandavad Shanta Maharaj.
Dandavad. Dandavad, Teres.
Dandavad, how are you?
Yes, we are fine.
Sorry, we're so late today. Haribol Kanupriya Devi.
Dandavad Pranam Maharaj, how are you?
Everything's good here.
Good.
There's a little problem with the computer.
Yes.
The internet computer. Santa left us a present.
Where are you, Radha Krishna Prabhu? Your background seems to be from India. You put a background from Vrindavan, Kusum Sarovar, is it?
Kusum Sarovar, yes. I'm still in South San Francisco, Maharaj.
Oh, okay.
Locked up in lockdown.
You got some new strains there?
Don't know about new strain. I think, but we entered the highest level, for precautions, which is widespread. Means the stores can only be open till 35% capacity, and so many things are closed, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that you? At the bottom?
I could not find Biswajit for quite a few days.
Yes.
His phone is not on, and also is not there on Skype also.
Oh, last I heard from him, he was going to Tirupati, he told me.
Oh.
We were there last January in Tirupati. Darshan of Lord Balaji.
I hope he didn't get any virus or anything like that in his travels.
How is Muni Maharaj? Has he joined?
He's okay, but he's taking rest. He generally takes rest by 11 o'clock, actually.
Yeah, it's actually 12 o'clock midnight, right, in India?
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Who is that?
This is Dhruvananda Prabhu from...
Oh, yes, from London.
Yes.
Haribo, Dhruvananda Prabhu. I haven't seen you in a while.
Muted. You are muted.
Your sound is muted. The microphone is muted. Oh, there you are. Hare Krishna. We can't hear you yet. Hare Krishna. Your mic gets muted all the time. Can you hear us? I still can't hear you.
Make sure your audio is connected. Make sure the audio is connected. Yeah.
Okay.
Omya Sindhu is also joining.
Who?
Omya Sindhu. Our Alex become
Amya
Omya Sindhu
Sindhu.
here.
All right. Rasaraj Ji,
Yes,
would
Maharaj.
you like to lead the kirtan?
Sure. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya
Jaya
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhar
Gadadhar
Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda.
Vrinda.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya
Jaya Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda.
Vrinda.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Nitai
Nitai
Gaura
Gaura
Hari
Hari
Bo, Hari
Hari
Bo, Hari Bo,
Gaura
Hari
Hari
Bo.
Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Nitai
Nitai
Gaura
Hari
Hari Bo,
Hari
Hari Bo,
Hari
Hari
Hare
Bo.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya
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 Guru
Gurudev,
Guru Dev, Guru
Gurudev,
Dev,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya
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 Jaya Guru
Gurudev,
Dev, Guru Dev,
Gurudev,
Guru
Gurudev.
Dev, Jaya Jaya Guru Dev.
Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari.
Haribo.
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai.
Yeah.
Jai. Radha Krishna Prabhu saying he was like going on a pilgrimage to Vrindavan. Hare Krishna Mataji. Who is that?
Yes, yes, sorry, Didi.
Oh, Jaseshwari. Hare Krishna.
Dhanyavad, dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad.
Also trying,
Alex,
but he's having some problem.
Okay.
Yes. Amya Sindhu.
So page, what is it? 38. Page 38 in the Kirtan Guide, Pocket Kirtan Guide. Krishna Kesava is doing something here. What is that? Loading it?
The link.
Oh, the link. If you don't have the Pocket Kirtan Guide, it's giving the link. And we're going to chant the Vandana prayers on page 38.
I'm going to put the food in for you.
What's that?
I want the thing. Here.
What happened?
Is it Amya Sindhu joined?
Yes, he's joined Maharaj.
Ah,
I
okay.
shared the Prapanna Jivanamrita and the Kirtan guide in the
Where's Amiya Sindhu?
Hare Krishna, Amya Sindhu Prabhu, can you hear us? Maybe his video is not on. I think whether he's muted or not, I'm not sure. Muted. He's muted. Amya Sindhu Prabhu, you are muted.
I don't see any video or anything.
Yeah.
it just says his name.
I see. Okay, page 38 of the Kirtan Pocket Kirtan Guide. You can see the Vandanam. Vandeham
Vandeham Shri Guru Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnava.
Please try to chant together at the same time, okay? Sri Rupam
Sagraja Sahagana Raghunathamidam Sanjeevam
Sadvaitam
Sadhaitam Savaduta Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Sri Radha
Radha
Krishna
Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita
Sri
Sivishaka Nvitam
Om
Gyana Timirandhasya
Jana
Jnananjana Shalakaya
Chakshur
Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha
Puja Shri
Jai Guru Varga
Purva Parita
Saparya Parampara Pachalita
Prachalita Pragyapam
Satya Pramurta Kite
Dear Nirmala
Bhakti Nirmala Nidharasya Nimritam
Nirvikam
Amritam
Samrakshitam
Sadaram
Vande
Vande Gurudeva Arjayam Nijam
Gorvabhista
Vavishta Supratam Durgane Asisa Sambhustitam
Chintya Chirupa Vindabdidam Vande Vishwakura
Dibya Bhagavat Premnai Bijapradam
Devam
Devam Vairagya Vidam Sri Siddhantam Bhakti Satanam Nanditam Sivadam Dev Shasiswaram Sridharam
Sri
Sri Dhamma Saraswati Vinita Gauriya Gurvanoye Bhagavanadev Prabhakita Gagane He Gaura Sankirtanai Galadhara Gatanu Dhrita Jivanima Krishna Prema Sudhat Prabha Prabhu Bhate
Namo
Namo Gaurasudaya
Suraya
Bhaktadhuta Murtaye Gaurangi Padmabhingaya Radha Prabhu Nisevine
Vande Bhakti
Vande Bhakti Vinodam Gaurasati Sarupakam
Gaura Shakti Sarupakam
Bhakti
Bhakti
Sastra
Rasadya Samragham
Sastraja Samragam
Sata Sudhanidhim
Radharasa Sudhanidhim
Gora Vajas
Vrajasya
Shesaya
Vaishnaveer Vande Vigraham
Vande Vigraham
Jagannath Prabham
Jagannath
Vande
Prabhu
Premabdhi Vidha Vaishnavam
Vaishnavam
Vanchakalpa
Kalpataruvasya Kripa Sindhu Bheva Pavanebhyo
Vaishnave
Vaishnavebhyo Namo
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 Vanshakatvat
Krishna Bhakti Sarva Sarvata Bhaktavatar Bhaktakyam
Avataram Bhakta
Namami Bhakta
Namami
Shaktikam
Bhaktikam
Namo
Namo
Namo Mahavadavaya Srimad Krishnaya Krishna Namaha
Jaya Tamasar
Suroto Pangor Mama Tirvati Mastarvata Madam Bhujo Radha Bhavo Nisevine
Devyad Vrindaranyaka
Gadarna Kalpadrumadho Srimad Ratnagara Singha Asanasto Shigandharva Govinda Devo Krishnaji
Smarami
Sriman Rasa Samrambhi
Manra Sarasaram
Bhaktivara Sadasita
Bhaktivata Tatastita Tatastita
Gopi Gopilatha
Gopinath
Sriyastuna
Priyastunaha
Vrindaya Tavosudevi
Vrindaye Devya
Jaya
Jayate Sabasya
Krishna
Cha
Bhakti
Krishna Bhakti
Devi
Vachaya Namo
Sai Namo
Namo
Namaha
Namaha
Purashya Mantra Kuru
Guru Bhagavata Pradam
Sanjagat Karuna
Guru Natva Bhagavad Budhiraye
Jai Saparika Shri Shri Guru
Shri Guru Govinda
Arapatanam Jai
Padmanam Jayastu
Shri
Sundar
Krishna
Padatanam
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Chaitanya
Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Jai Prabhupada Srila Guru Maharaj Gurudev Srila Gurudev Ki Gaur Premanand
Jai
Jai, Hare Hare
Hari Hari
Bol.
Bol Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajar Shri Bhakti
Jai
Madhav Puri Maharaj Ki Jai
Jai.
all the devotees ki Jai
Jai.
Jai
Krishna Arch. What was that?
Bara, Chena.
Who?
Brajagopal Brajagopal
Oh, Brajagopal. Hare Krishna. Dandavad Prabhu.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Aye. Is everyone here? Not everyone can show on the page.
Page 37.
Oh. Any news anybody wants to tell? Still all facing lockdown, huh? Locked up, they should call it. We're all locked up. Voluntary lockup. Voluntary house arrest.
Yes.
I think for many
Huh?
many devotees, for
What
many
is that?
devotees. Sorry,
Oh,
did I interrupt?
huh?
Oh no,
What is that?
I just wanted to say that for many people, it also gives some mental rest. This lockup. Many people
Mental
are
rest.
yes. They don't need to rush everywhere and to enjoy so much, so they get more mental
Oh,
rest.
I see.
It's not so bad actually.
Yes, that is true. Kali Yuga mind is always disturbed by so
Yes,
many things.
yes. Now they get some peace of mind a bit, maybe.
Uh, well, some people find it difficult to keep their mind at rest.
Mm.
They're troubled by keeping their mind at rest. They want to have their mind always agitated by something. And if
Yes.
they find they have to sit in peace by themselves, they become very nervous.
Mm.
They get depressed.
Yes, sometimes.
Sometimes that happens, huh?
Yes, some people are feel some relief actually. I read when people say, "Oh, I'm happy," I get some relief from mental stress and everything.
Yeah.
So,
They said this year many people put the lights on their house to try to alleviate the distress of being home.
mm.
So they put in one house they showed on the television. Someone had a house, and on the chimney there was a sign from Santa. It said, "You've been very naughty this year, so you don't get any presents. You get charcoal." Funny.
Maharaj, in India, they are facing sometime, these people they don't know, because they were all spending time in office and work, but they have to stay like in room like that for a long time. Then there is, family, the fights and problems are also increased. I was reading
Yes,
some
that's
news.
also there, right?
The problem is, Maharaj, that we are so trained to not sit quietly. Now suddenly with 6-7 months,
Yes,
they have realized that it's relying on entertainment outside constantly. They cannot sit, quietly.
yeah.
It's causing a lot of distress to a lot of people. They're finding it difficult to
Espe-
adjust.
I think it's especially bad in this country, U.S., because here we're getting a large number of people that are catching the virus and dying. In America, they're always going out, always very busy to go shopping or this, that, or the other thing. So because they can't discipline themselves to stay in, they're going out, and the coronavirus is taking full advantage of them,
Yes.
unfortunately, because we have one of the highest rates here of contagion and of also death from this. 320,000 or more have died. So it shows those countries where they're used to going out, they're addicted to going out, and then they can't control themselves. There he is. Amiya Sindo Prabhu, Dandavats.
Dhanyavad pranams. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Dhanyavad Maharaj.
Hi.
It's a great question. Eventually, make contact once again. Internet connection is very, very poor here at the moment because everybody is what's known as the day after Christmas Day, so everybody's in celebration and you get cut down allowances to meet family and so on. And my daughter-in-law is from Peru and she hasn't been home for 2 years. Family and so on. So she was most wonderfully at a wonderful initiation 3 days ago, and in your presence and so on. What should I say? Internet kirtan is happening everywhere. Dhanyavad Maharaj, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. When did he get initiated? On Christmas Day? You were initiated on Christmas Day or what?
Day before.
The day before. Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be a memorable occasion for you. Aye.
Interconnection is crazy at this moment in time. Communications are very difficult. Most wonderful that you were, that thankfully you were able to get software problems sorted out. I might say, wonderful the extraction that being able to extract that you would be the first speaker in the latest broadcast. Such a wonderful occasion when you spoke to Maharaj. Really wonderful. Thank you so much for your association.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for your association. We're happy to welcome you to the family.
Thank you. I am so happy, Maharaj. I am so happy. I am a transcendental ecstasy. Washing machine is falling apart. Dogs are going mad. Computers everywhere. Weather is crazy. But I am a bliss. I am dancing at the feet of my God. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Yes. What more can be said?
Except that I'm an ignorant fool, I know nothing. And even though I think I know things, I know nothing. So I rely on the grace of Guru I can't even call myself servant. I am simply baby, just out of the womb.
Yes. That's the right attitude we have to take like that. Born again.
I am blessed to have given this opportunity, Maharaj.
Yes.
I am so blessed.
Hare Krishna. Very nice.
Radha Krishna Prabhu's body boundary is evaporating because of the background. It's always the boundaries are all fading away.
Oh, Haribo. Beautiful. Welcome to Priya Didi.
It was beautiful lighting, Maharaj.
Would you like to chant something? Some bhajan?
Yes, Maharaj. What would you like? What would you like?
What would I like?
Yes.
What would you like?
I don't know. I can sing. So many nice songs.
Huh?
There's so many nice songs.
What did she say?
There's so many nice songs.
So many nice songs.
Yes. Close your eyes and pick one.
A small book. Yeah. I don't know what page is it in here. Shri Guru. $54.
54. 54. Okay. Page 54. Kirtan Guide.
Okay. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma
Shri Guru
Padma
Kevala
Kevala
Bhakti
Bhakati Sadma
Annamoyi Savadhanamate
Vandamoyi Savadhanamate
Jahara Prasade Bai Eva Bhaturiya
Jahara Prasade Eva Bhaturiya Jai
Krishna Prati Hoya Janha Hoite
Krishna Prati Hoya
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya
Guru Mukha Padma Tite Koriya
Arana Koriya Madhyasa
Arana Kariho Mane
Guru Charane Rati Sei Seyo Tamagati
Shri Guru Charane Rati
E Prasade Puri Sarvasa
Ye Prasade Pure
Chakshudana dilo jai janme janme Prabhu se
Chakshudan dila
Prabhu se
Divya Gyan Hitre Prakashito
Divya
Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoiti Apinya Vyasya Jate
Prema Bhakti
Veda Gaya Jahara Charita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Atama Janara Bandhu
Shri Guru Adamajanara Bandhu
Lokanate Lokira Jivana
Lokanath
Lokera Jivana
Prabhu Pada Daya Deho Mare Pada Chaya
Prabhu Kara Daya Deho More Pada Chaya
Adama Loi Sharana Jaya Guru Deva Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Jaya
Jaya
Gurudeva, Jaya
Gurudeva,
Gurudeva,
Jaya Gurudeva,
Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Jaya Gurudeva.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai. Shanta Maharaj,
Yes, Maharaj.
would you like to sing one bhajan?
Which one, Maharaj, you like?
You don't have one you like?
Okay, I think Amir Sindhu is playing some instrument, it seems to me. Maharaj, then we can sing this Panchatattva, Maharaj, the next one.
Oh, which one?
The Panchatattva Kirtan, Sri Krishna
Yes.
Chaitanya Prabhu.
Yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay, Maharaj. That is on page 55, next song. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda
Sri Advaita
Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Daya Karo
Daya Karo More
Toma bina ke dayalu jagat majhare
Toma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagat Mahare
patita pavana hetu tava avatara
Patita
Pavana Hetu Tava Avatara
Mosama patita prabhu na paibe ara
No
Sita Prabhu Na
Samai
Paive Ara
Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi
Aha Prabhu
Premananda
Premananda Sukhi
Kripa bolo kona karo Ami bada dukhi
Kripa
Karo আমি বড় দুঃখী
Daya karo sitapati Advaita Gosai
Daya
দয়া করো সীতাপতি অদ্বৈত গোসাই
Tava kripa bole pai Chaitanya nitai
Tava
বলে পাই চৈতন্য নিতাই
Gaura prema maya tanu Pandit Gadadhara
গৌর প্রেমময় তনু পণ্ডিত গদাধর
Srinivasa Haridasa Dayar Sagara
দাস হরিদাস দয়ার সাগর
Ha ha Swarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha
Ahasaru Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha
भट्ट जुग श्री जीवहा प्रभु लोकनाथ
Bhakta Jugati Jivaha Prabhu Lokanatha
दया कर श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास
Daya
Daya Karya Saja Prabhu Srinivasa
रामचंद्र संग मांगे नरोत्तम दास
Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama Dasa
दया कर प्रभु पाद श्री गौर प्रकाश
Daya
Daya Kara Prabhupada Sri Gaura Prakasha
तब जन कृपा मांगे अधम दास
Jana Kripa Mage Heya Dhammadasa
दया कर प्रभुपा श्री गौर प्रकाश
Daya
Daya Kara Prabhupada Sri Gaura Prakasha
तब जन कृपा मांगे अधम दास
Prabhu Jana Kripa Mage Heya Dhammadasa
जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya. Santa Maharaj ki jai.
जय गुरुदेव
Dhruvananda Prabhu. Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Would you like to read the English?
Maharaj, I have to
Do you
apologize.
have the book?
I couldn't find it on the Kirtan guide. I was looking at the page 54. I actually couldn't find it.
50, on page 55 at
On
the
the,
bottom
on the Kirtan guide, Maharaj?
on the pocket kirtan guide.
Page 54. Okay.
Page
55
at the bottom of page 55.
Yes,
All the
Maharaj.
way at the bottom, it says Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koramor. You see it? Page 55, bottom. Last para. Last para.
Yes, Maharaj.
On the page 55. The last paragraph.
Yes,
Sri
Maharaj.
Krishna-
On mine is showing Goshti Saha Karunapura Sen Sivananda. That's page 55 on my guide. Is it?
he's in bigger kirtan book, I think.
Oh, you're on the larger one. If you look in the chat, do you know where
Yes,
the
Maharaj.
chat is? On this meeting, if you look in the chat, there's a link for the Kirtan guide.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes.
You see it? The first link?
The first one, yes, Maharaj. I'm doing it. 7th edition, it says, right?
Like
Yes.
that. And then you can look on page 55 bottom.
76. Or it's on page 76 in the big book.
76.
76 and the bigger kirtan book it is
In the big
76
book.
Yeah, that's what's happened, Maharaj. I'll read it, Maharaj. Just give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
76, yeah. Is it Shavna Shri Gaurapada Padme Prathna? No?
Yeah.
yes
Yeah.
Okay. Can I start from page 76, right? Okay. So it's Lord Shri Krishna, kindly give your grace to me. In the whole creation, there is none as merciful as you.
Sri Krishna or Sri Krishna Chaitanya?
Oh, sorry. Maharaj, the translation says Lord Shri Krishna.
Krishna.
In a bigger one, it says like that, Maharaj.
Oh, that's not correct.
Yes, so Lord Shri Krishna.
In the Bengali, it says Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Yes, Maharaj, you're right. But the translation, okay, I'll read.
Then you look at the other one. You look at the link. You look at the link.
Yes, Maharaj.
And you'll find that page 55 at the bottom.
Okay, I have to download the mini one actually. Because this one, the link is. I have to download. I don't have it, so.
Okay.
Can I? Maybe someone else can read it this time, and I'll do it next time. I'll get the right one.
In the chat, I put the correct link to the Pocket Kirtan Guide.
What's this?
In the chat here, I put the correct link to the Pocket Kirtan Guide.
Which one is it?
Ah, yes. Okay, this is on his pocket one here.
No, he's saying it's the last one. You see
Yes,
the
I
last
got-
link?
Yes, yes.
It's that one now, he's saying.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is different. Yeah, 55, right? It's okay.
Correct. 55 at the bottom.
Just sorry.
Oh, goodness.
Ah, yes. Okay. Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, be merciful.
Ah, that's the one. Thank you.
Be merciful to me. Other than you, who is merciful in this world? You descended to save the fallen souls. O Lord, you will not find another soul as fallen as I. O Nityananda, you are overjoyed with divine love. Give me your merciful glance. I'm very sad. O Advaita Gosai, Lord of Sita Thakurani, be merciful to me. By your mercy, I'll reach Sri Chaitanya Anitai. O Gadadhar Pandit, embodiment of love for Sri Gaura. O oceans of mercy, Sri Vas Pandit and Haridas Thakur. O Swarup Damodar, Sanatan, Rupa, Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatta, Gopal Bhatta, and Sri Jiva, O Loknath Prabhu. O Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, be merciful. Narottam Das prays for the association of Ramachandra Kaviraj. O Srila Prabhupada, manifestation of Shri Gaura, be merciful. The fallen servant prays for the mercy of your associates.
God, this is Narottam Das Thakur. The last one is from the devotees of Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada. Huh?
Right.
Did not write that one in the time of Prabhupada. But Narottam has written how to pray to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and all of his associates. Very beautifully. And Uma Devi, would you like to chant one bhajan for us? Which one?
Which one you like, Maharaj?
Which one I like? Yasumati Nandana.
Okay.
Page
Number
16.
16.
16.
Yasomati Nandana Rajavaranagar Gokula Ranjana Kana
Yasomati
Nandana Gokula Ranjana Kana
Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Maniya Damana Vidana
Gopi Paranadana Madana Daliya Damana Vidana
Amala Harinam Hamiya Vilasa
Amala
Harinam
Vilasa
Amala Harinam Hamiya Vilasa
Amala
Vipana Purandara Navina Nagaravara ವಂಶಿವದನ ಸುವಾಸ
ವಿಪಿನ
Vipina
ರಜ ಜನ ಪಾಲನ ಅಸುರ ಕುಲ ನಾಶನ
Raja Janna
Kulanasana
ನಂದ ಗೋದನ ರಕುಯಾಲ
Nanda
ಗೋವಿಂದ ಮಾಧವ ನವನೀತ ತಸ್ಕರ
Govinda
ನಂದ ಗೋಪಾಲ
Sundarananda
ಯಮುನಾ ತಟಚರ ಗೋಪಿ ವಸನ ಹರ
Yamuna
ರಸರಸಿಕ ಕೃಪಮಾಯ ತೀರದ ವಲ್ಲಭ ವೃಂದವನ ನಟವರ ಭಕ್ತಿ ವಿನೋದ ಹಸ್ರಾಯ ನಂದನ ರಜವರ ನಾಗರ
ಯಶೋಮತಿ
ರಂಜನ ಕಾನ ಗೋಪಿ ಕಾರಣದನ ಮದನ ಮನೋಹರ ಕಾಳಿಯದ ಮನ ವಿಧಾನ
Amir Sindhu, would you like to say the English, Prabhu? Amir Sindhu.
Maharaj,
Did you forget your name?
no, Maharaj, I'm having great difficulty with my computer.
Okay.
Computer's causing me great difficulty.
I see. You don't see.
Yeah, no, it's okay now, but I keep going on to default on desktop, and I keep losing them. Oh, here it goes. So, but nevertheless, I know I am still in communication. I just have to keep on recreating the link to the broadcast. Maharaj, it would be my privilege if you wanted me to read.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Your suggestion, Maharaj?
That Yasomati Nandan, that Sri Krishna, who is known as Khan, you see it at the bottom of the page. What is that? 16?
16.
Page 16?
16.
16.
16. 1 6.
Check. Understood. Raja Rasa Ravana Dushta Mata Satana.
No, wrong one.
No, the translation.
Translation.
Just
Sorry, Guru.
But that's the wrong one. You have Yasomati Nandana. Yasomati Nandana. Kirtan, is that the pocket Kirtan guy?
Next paragraph.
Yeah, bottom of the same page.
The next paragraph.
Sri Krishna.
Sri Krishna is known as Khan.
Yes. Is Yashoda's darling son.
Sri Krishna, who is known as Khan, is Yashoda's darling son. Raja's paramount, Gokula's delight, the Gopi's life and wealth, the enhancer of Cupid, the conqueror,
Chanter.
the enchanter of Cupid, and the conqueror of Kaliya. His names and nectarine pastimes are all transcendental. He is the king of Rajara's forest and the best of young paramours. He is beautifully plays the flute. He is the guardian of Raja's residence, the destroyer of the demons, and the keeper of Nanda's cows. He is known as Govinda, he who nourishes the cows, senses, Vedas, and the world. And Madhava, Sri Radha's consort, he is Nada's beautiful cowherd boy and a butter thief. He is the spy on the Yamuna's banks and the shelter of the Gopi's garment.
The stealer.
He is
The stealer of the Gopi's garments.
He is the stealer. He is the spy of Yamuna's banks and the stealer of the Gopi's garments. He is the relisher of the Rasa Leela and the embodiment of mercy. He is son. He is Sri Radha's beloved. He is Sri Radha's beloved. Remember Dasa's great dancer and Bhakti Vinod's shelter.
Yes, very nice.
Anyone?
That is Krishna in a nutshell. Thank you very much. Then, Radha Krishna Prabhu, great
Hare
bhajaniya.
Krishna Maharaj.
Would you like to chant one song, one bhajan for us?
Yes, Maharaj. Maharaj, with your permission, can I sing your well-known bhajan, Amar Jivan Sada Pape Rato?
Yes, Prabhu. That's page 105.
Yes, 105. Okay. আমার জীবন সদা পাপেরত নাহিক পুণ্যের ক্লেশ
আমার জীবন সদা পাপেরত নাহিক পুণ্যের ক্লেশ
পরের উদ্বেগ দিয়াছি যে কত দিয়াছি জীবের ক্লেশ নিজ সুখ লাগি পাপে নাহি ডরি দাহিন স্বার্থ পরম
নিজ সুখ লাগি পাপে নাহি ডরি দাহিন স্বার্থ
পর সুখে দুঃখী সদা মিথ্যা ভাষী পর দুঃখে সুখ কর অশেষ কামনা হৃদি মাঝে মোর কভিদম্ভ পরায়ণ
অশেষ কামনা হৃদি মাঝে মোর কভিদম্ভ পরায়ণ মদ মত্ত সদা বিষয়ে মোহিত হিংসা গর্ব বিভূষণ নিদ্রালস্য হত সুকার্যে বিরত অকার্যে উদ্যোগী আমি প্রতিষ্ঠা লাগিয়া সাথে আচরণ লোভ হত সদা কামী
হেন দুর্জন সজ্জন বর্জিত অপরাধী নিরন্তর শুভ কার্য শূন্য সদা মানা নানা দুঃখে জড় জড় বার্ধক্য এখন উপায় বিহীন তাতে বিনয় অকিঞ্চন প্রকৃতি বিনোদ প্রভুর চরণে করে দুঃখ নিবেদন আমার জীবন সদা পাপে রত নাহিক পুণ্যের লেশ
আমার জীবন
নাহিক পুণ্যের লেশ হরে কৃষ্ণ।
And Jaseshwari, did he? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear.
Can you read the English?
Well, I have problem because I have an old kirtan guide here, I think. And
You
the
have
pages
the old one?
are I have different pages, so I don't know which page we are on.
All right.
So,
Do you want to look on the link on the chat?
well, I'm on my phone, so I cannot open it. But if you say the name of the song, I can look it up in the back.
Okay.
It might be on 174.
Which one? Page?
On the big kirtan book, it's in page 174.
One. Okay.
Or look at the first line at the back. Amara Jivan Sada Pape Rata.
It starts with Amara Jiva.
Yeah.
Jivana.
Sada Pape Rata.
Amara Jivana Sada Pape Rata.
Amara
First.
Jiva.
Amara Jivana.
Okay.
What page did you say, Kanupir?
In the bit, well, in this one, it's on page 174 in the big guide. But
174, huh?
You can
Sorry,
try.
I don't think
be
it's
different.
in this one. It's
different.
probably like a super ancient guide because it's not in here.
Not in there.
No, it has only like 150 pages or 145.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Sorry, so I think I have to. No, I have to skip. Sorry.
Okay. Then, Teresa, would you like to read the English?
Yes, Maharaj.
I know this is your favorite song. Very uplifting, right?
It's all of our favorite song.
My life is always engrossed in sin. There is not a trace of piety within it. I've caused others so much anxiety and trouble. I am never afraid to engage in sinful activities for the sake of my own happiness. I am merciless and selfish. I am a perpetual liar. I am saddened by the happiness of others and pleased by the sadness of others. There are unlimited sinful desires within the core of my heart. I am angry and arrogant, always maddened with vanity, infatuated with mundanity, and ornamented with malice and pride. I am subdued by laziness and sleep, adverse to performing good deeds and eager to perform sinful deeds. I engage in deceitful behavior in pursuit of prestige. I am ruined by greed and constantly covetous. Such a sinner as I is shunned by devotees and is a constant offender. I am devoid of virtuous motives, always intent upon evil and racked by various miseries. Now aged, I am devoid of any means of deliverance and thus destitute and distressed. Bhakti Vinod submits this remorseful confession at the Lord's feet.
I thank you.
You're welcome.
Sacrifice just reading this, huh?
I have to just remember where it's coming from.
Hare Krishna. So let's see. Rasaraj Prabhu,
Yes, Maharaj.
which one do you like to? Would you like to sing one bhajan?
Page 65, Nitai Pada Kamala.
Jai.
65. Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra Susitala.
Nitai Pada Koti
Chandra Susitala.
Jachaya Jagata Judai.
Jagata Judai.
He Nitai Vinevai, Radha Krishna Paitinai.
Radha Krishna Paitanai.
Vridha Kori Dhara Nitai Paya.
Dridha
Se Sambandha Nahiyara, Brita Jama Gilatara.
Se
Sambandha nahi jai, Brita janma galotar.
Se Pasu Bada Durachara.
Se
Pasu bada durachar.
Nitai Nabhalila Mukhe, Majila Samsara Sukhe.
Nitai nagalila mukhe, Majila samsara sukhe.
Vidya Kule Kikari Vetara.
Vidyakule kikari betar.
Ahankare Mato Hoina, Nitai Pada Pasariya.
Ahankare mata huya, Nitai pada pasariya.
Asatyere Satya Kori Mani.
Asatyare
Satya kari mani.
Nitayar Karuna Have, Vraje Radha Krishna Pave.
Nitaya karuna have, Vraja Radha Krishna pave.
Dharanitaye Charandukari.
Dharanitaye charana dukani.
Nitaya Charana Satya, Tahara Sevaka Nitya.
Nitaya karuna sata, Tahara sevaka nitam.
Nitai pada sada karo aso.
Nitai
Nitai pada sada karo aso.
Narotama pada duki. Nitai more karasuki.
Narottama bada dukhi, nitai more karo sukhi.
Rakaranga chara nirapasa.
Rakarana charanero kasa.
Daya daya nitai, daya nitai. Daya nitai, daya daya nitai.
Dayal
Dayal nitai, jaya dayal nitai, dayal nitai, jaya dayal nitai.
Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari
Hey,
Bol.
go.
Yes, Ashur, do you have that one?
Yes, yes, I have it.
Can you read
I
the
can
words
read.
on that one?
Yes.
Thank you.
The Holy Lotus Feet of Nitai, cooling. Maybe the translation is a little bit different. I saw with the other songs.
Okay.
Some are a little bit different.
All right, let's see.
Okay, sorry. The Holy Lotus Feet of Nitai, cooling like 10 million moons, in that shade of which the world gains soothing relief. Without that Nitai, O brother, no one can reach Radha and Krishna, clasp his lotus feet with full conviction. One who never got his connection passed his life in vain. Such an animal is so very wicked. He whose mouth never uttered Nitai, merged in mundane pleasures. How can his aristocratic lineage save him? Maddened with pride, forgetting the lotus feet of Nitai, I embrace untruth as truth. But when Nitai gives his grace, you'll reach Radha and Krishna and Radha. Oh, embrace the lotus feet of Nitai. The lotus feet of Nitai are truth, his servitors are eternal, ever aspire for the shelter of his feet. Narottam is very sad. Oh, Nitai, make me happy. Please keep me at your lovely lotus feet.
Try. Narottam Das. Praise with such sweet earnestness, huh? Very beautiful. Narottam Das. Okay. Let's see. Brajagopal, are you still there? Brajagopal. Can you hear me?
Yes, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhu. Which bhajan do you like?
I like to sing Parama Karuna.
Parama Karuna. Do you know what page that's on?
It is 68.
Page 68. Do you know how to sing that one?
Yes, Maharaj. Okay. Parama Karuna Bahudui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra.
Parama Karuna Nitai Gaura.
Sabhavatara Sarasiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda.
Sarashiramani Kevalo Ananda
Kanda.
Baja Baja Bai Chaitanya Nitai Sudhrada Viswasa Kari.
Bhaja Bhaja Bhai
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Nitai
Jura
Sudhira
Vishwasa
Vishwasa Kori.
Vishaya Chadiya Sera Se Majiya Muke Bala Hari Hari.
Vishaya chariya
Chariya rase mojiya mushabala hari hari.
Hari Hari Hari.
Deka ore bai tribhuvane nai hemana dayala data.
देखो रे भाई
Ore bhai
त्रिभुवन
tribhuvane
नाय
nai
मन दयाल
amana dayalu
दाता।
data.
Asupa ki jure pashana vidare suniya raguna gata.
पशु पाखी
Putu
जुरे
patu jure pasana vidare sunijaro gunagata.
Samsare majiya rahili padiya sepade nahila asa.
संसारे मदिया
Ya rahile padiya sepade nahilayasa.
Apana karama punyaya samana kahaye lochana dasa.
अपना कर्म बुझाए समाना कहे लोचन दास।
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu. Parama Karuna Pahundui Jana. Prabhupada love this to sing this song, huh? Parama Karuna.
Sripad Maharaj used to sing also always, Maharaj, when he used to come to IIT Kharagpur.
Yeah. Prabhupada sang it with so much joy, huh? So much sincerity. Pahundui Jana. The highest mercy, Parama. We will find no higher mercy than this, than these two lords. Dui Jana. Nitai Gaura. And their process is Kevala Ananda. Kevala Ananda Kanda. Simply joyful. Their process is simply joyful. Simply chant Hare Krishna and eat prasadam. What else do you want? So, Krishna Kesha, what bhajan do you like? Page 165. Hari Harai Nama Krishna. Okay. Yeah, you can.
My Dandavats to all the devotees. Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraye Namaha
Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudanam.
Giri Hari Gopinatha Madana Mohan.
Jai Jai
Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra.
Sri
Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra.
Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath.
Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha.
Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath.
Shri Ragopal Bhatto Das Raghunath.
Hechaya Goshani Kari Charana Vandan.
Hechaya Gosai Kari Charana Vandana.
Yaha Hoite Vignana Sa Abhishta Puran.
Yaha Hoite Vignana Abhishta Purana.
Hechaya Goshani Hara Mui Taradas.
Hechaya Gosai Mui Taradas.
Tansabhara Para Renu Mora Panchagras.
Tansabhara Para Renu Mantra Panchagras.
Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas.
Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas.
Janame Mora Ehi Abhilas.
Janame More Abhilas.
Hechaya Goshani Yabe Vraje Kailavas.
Hechaya Goshai Jabe Braja Kailavas.
Radha Krishna Nitya Leela Karila Prakash.
Radha Krishna Nitya Leela Karila Prakash.
Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan.
Ananda Bala Hari Bhaja Vrindavan.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pare Maji Amana.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Maji Amana.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Kari As.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Padma Kari As.
Hari Nama Sankirtana Kahe Narottama Das.
Hari Nama Sankirtana Kahe Narottama Das.
Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Jai Gurudev.
Okay. So, Prapana Jivanamrita. Shall we continue reading where we left off? Let's see.
Page 50 and the verse is the 23rd.
Page 50. Yes. Does everyone have a copy of Prapana Jivanamrita? Yes, Aishri, you have a copy of that?
I have to look. I think so. I will get
Okay.
it.
The link is there.
Yeah.
What is the verse, Rasraj Prabhu, on page 50?
50 and the verse is the 23rd.
23.
23.
Yeah.
Shrivananda, you have a copy of the Prapana Jivanamrita?
Yes, Maharaj. I'm
Great.
looking at, yes,
Okay. Page?
page 50, yes.
Verse 23.
What's the chapter? I think the page number will be different for page.
I don't know.
Acceptance of favorable.
What chapter is that?
Acceptance of favorable.
Is there a chapter number?
Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, text 23.
Yes. 323.
What is Sindhu? Is sea or ocean? Sindhu. Oh, sea, I think, huh?
Yes, Maharaj.
Amiya Sindhu, the sea of love. Text 23. Do you have that? Amiya Sindhu? You have that book? Vanajivanamrita?
Maharaj, is it Brajarasa? Swarup Siddho?
I'm
Is
sorry?
it that one?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the one.
All right. So you have Rajarasa Sarupa Siddho. Samanda Ganodaya Prakara. Raja Rasa Swarupa Siddho. Samanda Ganodaya Prakara. Goro Goste Gostalaishu Sujana Bhu Suragane. Pamantre Sri Namni Raja Navayuva Dvandva Sharane. Sadad Dambam Hitva Kuru Ratim Apurva Atitaram I Swantar Bharatas Chatubir Abhiyache Drita Pada from Raghunath Paranam, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. The proper approach to realize one's eternally perfect divine identity in Vrindavan, mellow of devotion. Whoa. Huh? And the proper approach to realize one's eternally perfect divine identity in the Vrindavan mellow of devotion. That is what called Madhurya, acceptance of the favorable. So here, Bengali verse by Bhakti Vinod Thakur is given as the commentary. Guru Devi Vrajavani Rajabhumi Vasi Jane Shuro Bhakti Arabi Pragane Ishtamatre Hariname Yugala Bhajana Kame Kararati Apurvayatane Dari Manacharane Tamara Janiyachi Ebesar Krishna Bhakti Vinayar Nahi Guche Jivera Samsara Karma Jana Tapayog Sakalai Takama Yopog Karma Chadite Kehanari Sakala Chadiya Bhai Shraddha Devyara Gunagai Yandra Kripa Bhakti Dite Pare Chari Damba Anukshana Smara Asta Tatvamana Karatahe Nishkapata Tati Sairati Partanaya Sri Dasa Goswami Pai He Bhakti Vinoda Kari Hare Bhakti Vinoda Kari Nati. And this verse I remember karma Gyan Tapa Yog Sakalai Takama Bog Karma Bog. Karma Gyan Tapa Yog. All Bog. Bhakti Vinod is saying there's all Bog. You know, Bog means sense enjoyment.
Enjoyment.
Sense enjoyment. Karma. What is that sense enjoyment? Karma, Gyan, Tapa, and Yoga. Tapa. I mean, even austerity is sense enjoyment? Yes. You know that, what was his name?
Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakashipu, huh? Doing so many tapa. And what was his interest? How to become the most powerful in the universe. So he can control everything. His Bog. All karma Bog. Karma, Jnana, Tapa, Yoga, even yoga. Anyhow, the Divine Master, Sri Vrindavan, number 2, the residents of Sri Vrindavan, for the pure Vaishnavas, the Brahmin section, the worshipful mantra, the holy name, are yearning to serve the divine couple. Adore these 8 with utmost dedication. Excuse me. O dear mind, I implore thee at thy feet. Already we have learned the essence. Nothing but Lord Krishna's service dispels the soul's illusory experience. Duty, knowledge, penance, meditation, all are really exploitation. None can free us from action and reaction. Cast them all aside. O my brother, sing the glory of good faith, our mother whose grace alone bestows pure devotion. Banish your pride forever. O my mind, your 8 goals remember. Adore them with a heart that is sincere. Aspiring for that devoted heart, at Sri Dasa Goswami's feet, this Bhakti Vinod makes his prayer. Excuse me. Very nice. You put everything here in one place. Do we know, Thakur, what to do and what not to do? You know, the 2 things. Always remember Krishna, never forget him. Always accept what is favorable, reject what is unfavorable for devotion. We can know these 2 sides, then we have full knowledge. Even the highest degree of Ph.D. or whatever you want to call it, in science and philosophy and religion, all subjects. If they don't know these things, then they don't know anything. They've missed the real knowledge, real truth, what knowledge is for. Nothing but Lord Krishna's service dispels the soul's illusory experience. He didn't say existence, huh? He says experience. The soul's illusory experience. And what is the use of existing if you don't have the proper experience? Existing? Because some people want to continue existing forever. They think that's the greatest thing, to be immortal, have eternal existence. But what are you experiencing? That's the thing. What is your experience? Is your experience the reality, or is it something illusory? You can live forever in Maya. Mayavadis want to do that. Or you can have true experience, the experience of the truth in Krishna's service. O dear mind, I implore thee at thy feet. We have learned the essence. Nothing but Lord Krishna's service dispels the illusory experience. If the mind can be convinced of this, then you solve the problem. You solve the problem of real joy, fulfillment, happiness, whatever you are looking for. There it exists. Your mind is searching for so many things to engage in. Now we were just talking before how these people, excuse me, before how people, our mind are engaged in so many outward things they want to do. Go to this place or that place, go shopping, get this, get that. Mind is always agitated by those things that it wants, but it has no idea that it is the service of Krishna that will dispel this illusory experience that is seeking happiness in. Illusory experience, soul's illusory experience. This is all coming from the mind. Mind creates the illusion, and the mind can also show us what is real. Mind properly situated, properly adjusted. Guru Maharaj used to call it proper conception. Proper conception, we can understand everything nicely. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells us, when the mind is properly controlled, then you can see the super soul. So proper control of the mind means this: always fixed on Krishna and knowing that Krishna's service is your real activity of the mind. Thinking how to serve. Any questions, comments?
Maharaj, this experience that you talked about and the existence, sometimes this Mayavadis, they are thinking about Brahmananda, they are saying. So what actually they are actually experiencing, because they are eliminating their individuality or their being, then how they can even say about Brahmananda?
So what is your response?
I'm thinking that they are not having the ability to experience, because they are renouncing their, by eliminating their individuality or sensual ability. Even they don't have spiritual conception of senses or anything in that.
You think that's joyful?
it is there is no possibility there, Maharaj. It is eliminated, completely eliminated.
Mind is not disturbed in that situation. What?
Well, mind is not there for them.
Then what's the problem?
Then there is no question of experience or anything in there exist. Only existence.
So what's so bad about that?
That is not the nature of the jiva, because the jiva by nature is active.
Are permanently locked down. Permanently locked up. How long can they tolerate? Srila Prabhupada used to say, they go to the plane of the impersonal Brahman, and then again they come down to perform pious activities. At least they are not entangled in material things, but they can't stay there forever. Mind is active, Sripad is active. They have to do something. And because they haven't seen the higher plane, they come down, maybe at some higher level, but still they come engage in mundane activities of goodness. That's the highest thing they can think of in this world. So yes, the jiva is restless. That's why these people want to get out from the lockdown. But what are they doing? They're restless, and they're catching the germs from others. That's their punishment for not knowing how to be active properly. Acharya Maharaj wants everyone to come to Navadvip for Govinda Maharaj's appearance. No?
Yes, Maharaj.
What to do? Some devotees going?
Some Bengali devotees are going, Maharaj. Here, we have this airport and the trains, they are little problem these days because of the new strain came up. So they are, if they find, they may, take you to the hospital and they may quarantine you. So then it is a more problematic situation if they do that. To travel is a, problem now.
In Delhi, two people has.
What's that?
The people who came from London, they came to Delhi and they escaped from that quarantine home, and they came to Andhra here.
Really? They let them come?
No, they escaped.
They escaped.
Oh, they escaped. Where do they?
Today
Where did they
the police. Today the police recognized those two people and they kept in.
They got them now.
It is hellish, Maharaj, to stay in that quarantine centers. These all, the facilities and toilet and things like that is so nasty. The maintaining is not proper. So people are afraid if being captured like that, in quarantine center.
Huh? Hare Krishna. Like criminals, huh? If you have the disease, you're like a criminal. You try to escape. What kind of world has it become? And how long this will last, we don't know.
They are saying about this, this vaccine they are saying, but we are not sure how much that is effective and what effect it may bring in the society.
It may be effective, but how many can you do? How many can you inoculate? Millions of people. India, how many people? What is the population there?
130 and more crore.
1.3 billion.
Yeah.
1.3 billion?
Maharaj, that's the official figure.
More. Unofficial. Official. Population.
Let's see. Let's see how Krishna will work this out. This is only something he can solve, I think. If he wants it, it will stay. If he doesn't want it to stay, then he may allow everyone to go out. I don't know how it will work. Huh?
Srila Acharya Maharaj is not wanting to be, quarantined. So he has the car, so he wants to travel. He told me that I should come this Vyas Puja, then he wants to go to Assam with the car for preaching.
Yeah.
A little difficult because of the travel at present, Maharaj, from Bangalore also.
Maharaj, can I ask I don't know if it's related to today's thing, but can I ask a question, please?
Yes, please.
And my question is, when we are ready to leave this body, not all of us are fortunate or aware when the time actually comes. And if I can use my own imagination, it's like falling into deep sleep. and never waking up again. But the thing I always was used to I always think is that when that happens, that moment when you are losing the consciousness and you do not have awareness, I mean, how would you at that time, in the sense that you want to make sure that you you are remembering the Lord in that. Sorry, it's a heavy question, right? You don't want to answer, that's okay. But I just want to wonder, because you're not aware in that time when your mind shuts down and your physical body starts shutting down, and you're not really. Is there something is this said in our scriptures, like what actually is there? To be in the moment. Is it possible to be in the moment when that happens? Because when I fall asleep, I fall asleep. When I'm falling asleep, I'm not even aware that I've fallen asleep.
Radha Krishna Prabhu is leaving.
I'm sorry?
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
You want to say?
He's leaving.
Oh, you're leaving? You
He
cannot.
left.
Huh? He left.
Left. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask him to answer the question. All right. Anyhow, what I think, what I understand, if one is sincere, it doesn't matter whether you remember or don't remember. Krishna won't forget. He knows. He knows what our hearts are thinking, what our hearts are situated. He certainly knows. Devotees are always feeling very fallen, criminal, in a criminal position, as we can see from these various bhajans written by Narottam Das Kaur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. They're always thinking that, please, Krishna, you have to save me. I can't come to that plane of remembering you all the time. So many things are in my heart. Very fallen position. Your mercy is all I'm made of, things like that. If you judge me, then I'm lost. If you subject me to your judgment, I have no chance. Then I must be crushed. I must be punished. I must be subjected to millions of lifetimes of bondage. If you try to judge my actions, the only thing we have to rely on is our own sincerity, the faith that we have. If that has been tested to the ultimate limits, everything, and how much we have remained attached to, how much we have given up, even in the worst circumstances, if we remember praying to Krishna, not becoming angry at him. Why have you left me in this miserable condition? I remember even in the Bible, when Jesus was on the cross, the last words were something like, why have you abandoned me? He's praying, he's talking to God, his Father. Why at this time you're abandoning me? I'm about to expire, given everything, but I'm feeling like I'm just going to die, finished. I don't have you, I have nothing. And he had done so much. And still, even then, he wasn't able to get the divine moment of inspiration. Something like that, it seemed to me. So the dark period of the soul. What do they call that? Something like that. I don't remember the exact phrase.
Dark night of the soul.
Dark night of the soul, huh? Dark night of the soul. Nothing is left. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ashli Shiva Parada Ratam Panashtumam Adarshanam, that I don't even have any glimpse of you anymore. I have nothing. You are crushing me here without your presence. My heart is being crushed, and he's Krishna. And he's saying, my heart is being crushed without seeing you, without having any connection with you, without having that feeling. He was thinking like that. What kind of feeling of connection did he feel? Nothing. But then he said, but you are my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. What is that? Yat prananatastu sevana para. You're always my Lord. I don't put any conditions that you have to be here, that you have to be, I have to feel your presence at the time of death after I've given my entire life to you, my entire heart. I don't expect anything from you. I don't expect anything. No guarantee. That I will be able to remember you, that I'll have a nice, peaceful death. We don't know. We are floating in the infinite, and anything and everything may happen to us. And we're not trying to control the situation or arrange the situation that'll be perfect for us when we, at the most important point. We don't even aspire for that. Then what do you want from us, Krishna? He just wants our surrender at every moment. And that surrender means no, the whole thing is in his hands and not in us. When you surrender, you know that they have some exercise, I don't remember what they call that, where you fall back.
Trust fall.
The trust fall. Krishna Kesava says it's the trust fall. You know that? You fall back, you fold your hands in front of you, you fall back, and you don't try to catch yourself. And there's somebody behind you, they may catch you or not, I don't know. You put your hand, your toes
Hope you
just
fall the right way, Maharaj.
Huh? What's
Just hope
that?
that you fall the right way.
Fall the right way.
The ground will always catch you.
So, like that, we have to surrender. Fall into the infinite. Infinite has all the means that he needs to catch us, if he wants. Infinite means he doesn't have to. So what to do? That is our position. That is our actual position. We have no idea. When Socrates says, I don't know. I know I don't know. That is the infinite.
Yes.
Now you are in touch with the infinite. I know I don't know anything. What am I? If I have some inkling of something, then infinite is gone. So what is being asked of us? Everything. Everything is being asked of us. Nothing is being asked of him. Only for his mercy. Please don't forget us. Please don't abandon us. Please don't let us go some other direction. Devotee has to be judged by the purity of their hearts. That's all. Purity of their devotion, purity of their surrender. No other guarantees are there. Hare Krishna. Somehow devotees are like that. Devotees have that kind of devotion, have that kind of faith, that kind of devotion. That is devotee. If something else is there, then it's not devotee. Huh? So how much sincerity, how much purity devotee must have? Very evil.
Maharaj?
Yes?
In India, or generally we find devotees, they give so much emphasis to this time of leaving the body so much.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and other songs we find, they are giving importance to the the devotee service, rather than thinking about at the time of death they will do something. I mean, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that you can make me insect, I have no problem, but I want to have association with the devotees. Wherever I may take birth, I have no problem.
Yes. Devotees said that devotees have no fear of death. Death will come and offer his obeisances for the devotee to step on his head and go up. Maya, death, they all come and offer their obeisances to the devotee. Devotee is not concerned with them. He doesn't worship them. Prabhupada used to say that, what is that? Hare Krishna, Rakhe Na.
Rakhe Hari Mare Ke, Mare Hari Rakhe Ke Mare.
You want to kill me? You can kill me. You want to save me? You can save me. He was going on that Chaladuta to the New World. Even Moraji, she was not thinking he was going to survive that trip. She was thinking, you're an old man. You're going to take a trip on a steamship. It wasn't even a passenger ship. How you're going to live? And had 2 heart attacks while on that ship. He wasn't even sure how he was going to make it. But death was not in his mind. But I'd be careful of that. This coronavirus is there, I don't think we should take a chance and risk. Of course, it's up to Krishna ultimately. But I don't know. I have a feeling that this is also a sacrifice not to go. Also a great sacrifice not to go. Great sacrifice to go. A great sacrifice not to go. What to do? Anyhow, we have these Zoom virtual reality. We can still meet, still discuss Krishna. Not like being there, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary. And so the faith, Shraddha, Separation is necessary. That is the root. What do you want to say? That is the key to enter Vaikuntha. Enter the doors from this world to that is Shraddha, the key. And not only Shraddha, but surrender. You have first you have faith, and then there is Shraddha, there is surrender. And from there, we can cross over from this world to that by surrender. That world would make itself known to you if there is that type of complete surrender, not even concerned with your own death. If you can come to that point, then you'll see the whole spiritual kingdom will open up before your eyes. Spiritual world will be present before you. By Krishna's grace, if he wants. And then you will understand what you were searching for does exist. But that type of purity is the test first before you can enter Vaikuntha. And that's only Vaikuntha. Only Vaikuntha, as if it was such a measly thing. Okay, very nice question. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Anything else? Shall we read one more verse?
Yes, Maharaj.
Namadina Raja Bhajana Parthana. Agadamana Yashodanandano Nandachuno. Kamalanayana Gopichandra Vrindavanendra. Pranata Karuna Krishnavityan Aneka Swarupe Tvai Mamaratir Vardatam Namadhyaya Upapadanam. A prayer to taste the nectar of devotion in Vrindavan, Vrajaras, non-different from serving the holy name in pure devotion, Nam Bhajana. O Agadamana, O Yashodanandana, O Nandasuno, O Kamala Nayana, O Gopichandra, O Vrindavanendra, O Vrindavanendra, Vrindavanendra, O Pranata Karuna, O Krishna. You have appeared in many divine forms, such as these. Therefore, O Lord, or known by these holy names, kindly let my fondness for you flourish. Simply by remembering the names of Krishna. Each represents a different pastime, different mellow of relationship. Agadamana. Only thing I can think of here is the Agasura demon. I don't know. Agadamana means maybe the destroyer of the Aga demon. Yashoda Nandan, of course, is the son of Yashoda. Nanda Suno is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Kamalanayana. Gopi Chandra. Vrindavanendra. Vrindavanendra, huh?
Kamal means what?
The lotus, yes. Pranat Karuna.
Ocean of product.
When we remember Krishna's names, each one is associated with a different lila. Then we remember that lila also, those pastimes. Govinda Nandana. Then just by meditating on those names, we're meditating on Krishna's pastimes. The devotees, sometimes they're found chanting all the different names. The Vishnu Sahasranam, that 1,000 names of Vishnu. They can go on chanting one after another. Some remembering them all. And each time they are remembering different aspect of Vishnu. Very nice meditation. Of course, what they do afterwards, that's another thing. But one must remember, and also keep them throughout one's day. Keep that remembrance going throughout the day. Anantarup. This is another thing the Mayavadis don't understand. Anantarup. They say Krishna has no form. Right? So I tell them that the infinite has no form. Then a defective infinite, no? There's a less infinite than the one that has infinite forms. Your infinite has no form. My infinite has anantarup. My infinite has, which is the bigger infinite? Yours or mine? Yours has no form? Mine has unlimited forms. Which one is more bigger? Which one is the true infinite? Which one is the real infinite? There are differences in this in mathematics. What is his name? Who developed the mathematics of the infinite? I think his name begins with C.
Spurrier or no?
Can't remember his name now. Anyhow, he developed the mathematics of the infinite.
Are you thinking of Cantor?
Cantor, yes, thank you. Right. At least we have one educated mathematician in our group.
It's called Google.
Cantor. Yes, thank you, Therese.
You're welcome.
Very good. Yes, Cantor. He developed the mathematics of the infinite, and he showed that there were different infinites. You can do all mathematics based on the infinite. You don't have to only use finite numbers. You can develop a whole mathematics around the infinite. It's very strange to think that the infinite can have its own mathematics. You can add, subtract, and so forth with infinites. He showed that there were different types of infinite, some bigger, some smaller. We find that in mathematics. So if somebody says there's no form in the infinite, then we say we have a bigger infinite than you know about. And our infinite, there's infinite forms. Advaitam achyutam anaram anantarupam in the Brahma Samhita it says. Advaitam is there also. Achyutam, unconquerable. Advaita means non-dual. Achyutam, inconquerable, unconquerable. Anaram, what is that? No beginning,
It's
huh?
no beginning. Yes.
Advaitam achyutam anaram anantarupam, and with infinite form. Adyam Puranam Purusham Navayovanam Cha. He's the oldest and he's always like a young youth. What is that? Adyam Puranam. Purana means the oldest. Adyam Puranam. And Navayovanam Cha. And also Navayovana, always young. How that can be? He's the oldest and the youngest. These contradictions are found in the Absolute. That is the meaning of the Absolute. In the Absolute, you take the absolute value of 1 is 1. You take the absolute value of -1, it's 1. So both are, the contradictions are there. Advaitam achyutam anaram anantarupam adyam paranam purusham navayovanam cha. And he's a purusham, he's a person. This is the most important thing. Those who find difficulty reading the Vedas, who are devotees, is very easy for them. Adurabam Atma Bhakto. What is difficult for the people who are non-devotees to read the Vedas is very easy for the devotees to read and understand. This is found in the Brahma Samhita. Govinda Maripusham Tamaham Bhajami. This Govinda I worship. So all these things are there. Anantarupam. So we don't limit God to one shape, one form. Anantarupam, you cannot count. How many different forms Krishna appears in? You cannot count. These names that we hear, that's only a small smattering, drop of the Anantarup. In the Bhagavatam we read that he is coming like, the avatars are coming like the waves of the ocean. The waves of the ocean are coming. How many waves are coming in one day? What to speak of 1,000 years or 10,000 years? How many waves have come? That's how many times Krishna is incarnating in this world. And every species of life also, not only human. Anantarupam. Don't go to limit the infinite. Now, Mayavadis don't know what they're talking about. And they think they know everything. All is one, finished. They know everything. They can't count beyond 1. How much can they know? All right. They can't go beyond one. The little babies can count that much. That's all they can count. And say, that's all. Everything is there. It's all one. That's ridiculous to say everything is one. The sun, and we said everything is the sun. The moon is the sun, the earth is the sun, this is that. All the sun. What kind of philosophy is that?
Maharaj, the Rishiraj Prabhu wrote something to this Deepak Chopra in our group.
Okay.
that or you are saying everything is one, then why not you put your bank account in my bank account if it is all? Then he become very angry actually.
You're not the one, I'm the one, right? You have to put it in mine. Did he say that? I don't remember that.
Yes, Maharaj, he wrote that. I remember.
He's very smart, huh? Rishi Raj. That's why they call him Rishi Raj, huh? King of Rishis. So were you there, Dhruvananda, at our conference? You weren't there.
Yes, Maharaj, 2.5 days.
Huh?
2.5 days.
You were there? 2.5 days?
Yes, the third day, only half a day, because I was working actually that day. So
Oh, I see.
So it's very nice. I was saying to Shanta Maharaj as well, it was really enlightening, and it was nice to see the view of the scientists, understand, and it was actually learning from them as well. It was very, very good. I enjoyed it, and I could see their difficulty not accepting the our viewpoint. They're not openly accepting it anyway. That's what I felt. At times they were like having difficulty accepting.
No two people have the same thought, I think.
Yes.
That's Mayavadis think like that. Everybody has to think the same. It's impossible. There's always differences. We accept that. We can't expect all to think in the same way. So we have to be patient, tolerant, and all good Vaishnava qualities have to be there in order to deal with all these things. And still preach. They'll preach Krishna consciousness. Like Shanta Maharaj, he does so patiently, extensively. Great, takes a great heart to be able to do that, I think.
But is it possible? Like I don't know. I'm just if you don't mind me saying or requesting that to engage, for example, like something like this with the Christians and Islam, Muslim or Islamic thought as well, because the difficulty again they have is understanding is that they're told that we worship idols. That's their reference, and there's such a like explaining to them that what. We don't, the use of the word idols is not correct. The Abrahamic reference. Something along those lines, Maharaj, for our own understanding and while we're explaining to others, and also for our own clarity, something in this regard that, what is idol, what's the difference between idol deities and what value, because I find the biggest hurdle with Abrahamic when you have conversations is this reference point. They do not accept the idol or the deity, the worship.
You'll have to ask them.
Yes.
Is God omnipresent?
It is, of course.
Is he? Do they think God is omnipresent, omniscient? Huh? Do they say this?
They do.
Then God is omnipresent. What's the problem?
I think Maharaj is the language, isn't it? Because the idol worship,
If you see the idol, means that you see that which is there without God. That's idol worship.
right. Of course.
You're worshiping something that's not really God.
Yes,
Then
yes.
that's idol. To form an image of God that you can see is Krishna's mercy for his devotees who are not more advanced, that they can use their present situation, their present senses, to worship him somehow with all their heart. It's his mercy to appear in the form of the deity to take care of, because that is the maximum they can do for their present situation. No harm in that. They can engage their senses like that is a perfect practice for them. Sadhana. And there's no problem. Krishna is omnipresent. Nature of God. But there are some authorized versions of that deity, not others. We don't just worship anything. You don't put a dog on the altar and say, this is God also. We don't do that. So there are certain forms of the Lord that we worship as God, good as God. And if we have the proper understanding, then there's no harm in that. And it's beneficial to us, the mercy of the Lord to appear in that form, manifest form, for those devotees. We consider them Kanishta, first class, third class devotees who only see Krishna in the deity. Higher form of worship is to see Krishna in the devotees. And those who are devoted to him. Krishna is also present within the heart of the devotees. If Krishna can be present in the heart of the devotees, was he not present in the body of Jesus, these Christians? Body can also have the presence of God within it and can be worshipped. So not that because it's a material or apparently material, that God is not there. Yes. Incarnation, huh? Very difficult to understand how God can come before us in a materialized form. Apparently materialized form, but it's not material.
Yeah, they have difficulty understanding the concept of reincarnation.
So you also ask them, you say material, what is matter? What is mass? Do you know what mass is in the scientific conception of mass? They don't know. They say mass, they say material. They ask, what is that? They have no answer. Einstein would say it's the warp, the curvature of space. The curvature of space-time, that's mass. Others will say, no, it's gravity. What is that? Gravity? I don't know. What is that curvature of space? I don't know. You're describing matter like that? What is that? Let me say it is Krishna. It's Krishna's Bahiranga Shakti. It's external energy. And what is that? I don't know. That's also infinite. Mysterious. Can he show himself in that energy? He's already in that energy coming from him. It's also divine. Don't take it cheaply. Your mentality is to take it cheaply, but it's also spiritual, also divine. Has that quality to it because it's coming from him. Everything coming from him is divine. Prasad, whatever it may be. Huh? The Catholics, they worship the host and the wine as God. Then what's the problem? uh-huh. So all these things are there if we think about them carefully, without prejudice. Then we can understand something more than just the material thing is there. So that's what we understand. We're not worshiping some mundane thing. We say the deity is God, it's Krishna. We're not worshiping this teenage singers. We call them idols. And not that they are representing something like that. And they're representing God himself. Then how you can say it's not worship of God? If it was representing something else, then okay. And in the ancient times, they were worshiping a golden calf. You know that? God became very angry at them. Why are you worshiping this thing? For wealth. They were worshiping wealth. That is not worship of God. That is worship of idol. But if you put the deity there and worship as God, then how is that bad? How is that something false? Not false. God also has a form, and we are worshiping that in the deity.
In order for people who are not accustomed to deity worship to have some conception of it, isn't it also necessary for them to understand that God manifests, is personality and manifests personally? Because deity worship is you're worshiping them as a person, essentially dressing, feeding, putting to sleep, all that. And if you don't have a conception of personal God, then there's no way you're going to understand deity worship beyond a rock.
Maybe. Difficult concept, especially in the Western world. They're not used to that. Their idea of the deity comes from the Bible, of these idols, especially the Jewish religion. They don't like any form. You put God in a particular form, they become suspicious. Why are you showing God as a man in the human form? You can't imagine God. To try to imagine God is sinful. Muslims also feel like that. They don't want to put any form, specific form on God. It's actually some kind of impersonalism, formlessness. They believe God may have a form, may not have a form, but it doesn't look anything like what we can see. That's their very obscure and more impersonalist type of understanding of God, like some kind of a cloud, a burning bush or whatever.
The all-seeing eye you often see, I think, in churches, like the eye.
The eye, yes. An eye, a pyramid, something.
Yeah.
They don't want to put any definite form of God.
Oh, but the Catholics do have many statues of Mother Mary and all the saints, just not God, but all the saints they worship.
Yes. You ask them what God looks like, they'll say Jesus. The Christians, they'll say Jesus. Jews, they don't know. You ask Jews what the God looks like, Whether they actually believe in a God or not, that's another question. Some say it's only their tradition. It's only represents some kind of a race.
They saw an old man touching
An
with
old
the
man.
finger.
Well, that's not Jewish idea. It was Michelangelo. So, yeah, it's a very difficult subject for some people.
Yeah, it is one. But the thing is, sometimes they miss the obvious because
Yes.
even in Islam, they said that God spoke to Gabriel and to the prophet. So if there's an angel and somebody speaking to that angel, so how is I mean it's
Allah it actually means merciful, a merciful one. So how can that unformed God be merciful? What type of thing is that? Excuse me. What?
Within the first few pages of Genesis, the Old Testament, which Jews accept, it says that Adam and Eve were hiding from the sound of the footsteps of the Lord. So, what footsteps if you don't have some personal form?
And it
Even
said very clearly, he's made in the image and likeness of God. No. Then what?
Even in Quran, Maharaj, it is being told, if Allah loves you, then He is nearer and dearer also love you, and He will bring you close to Himself, and He will make you sit beside Him.
yes, yes.
So
So
then,
there's another verse in Quran where he sits on a throne where the angels are holding the throne. So somebody asked,
I don't know what type of impersonal thing they are understanding if these
yeah,
all things are explained.
so somebody asked them that, what do you mean they're holding the throne and he's sitting on it? So if he's sitting on a throne, he has to have a form. So they said, no, this is just poetry. This is just like a poetry in the Quran. It's just a poetry representation,
They're afraid. They're actually afraid to imagine some kind of a form, because then it becomes a man created thing, human created. And God can't be created by humans in their mind anywhere. God is too high for that. So anyhow, that's a good thing in that sense. They understand that God has no human creation, and God can't be represented by any human creation. That's good in that sense. If that is their position, then they should remain like that. But I remember once that they asked Srida Maharaj, how can the infinite come show himself to the finite? Come in a finite form so the finite can see him. And Srida Maharaj told, if that infinite can't do that, then how he can be infinite? Huh? You are restricting him? Then what restriction can you put on the infinite like that? That is your restriction. That is not his. So gradually, you have to raise your understanding like that. Understand what is the finite, what is the infinite. It's true, the infinite cannot be seen by the finite. We agree with that. But if the infinite wants to make himself known to the finite, that we can't deny also. Yes, it's true. The infinite cannot see the infinite, cannot even imagine. But if the infinite wants to make himself in the hands of the finite, then we can't stop him. So it's another step of understanding, another level. And each religion represents a different level of understanding, comprehension. Krishna consciousness means the infinite and the finite. How the infinite can come in the finite, that's Krishna. Vaikuntha means the finite and the infinite. But Vrindavan means the infinite in the finite form. Very high conception. Hare Krishna. Okay. I think we should stop.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. It's very nice.
Dandavat Maharaj.
We'll see you all next year.
Next year.
Next year.
Yes. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
That's one thing we all have in common,
Bhakti
right?
Madhava Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Aye.
Jai.
Dandavat.
Dandavat. Dandavat.
Dandavat.
Dandavat.
Dandavat.
Dandavat.
Hare Krishna.